Hello and welcome back. I am DarcyBits and we have just finished making our 3-set block based off of Theros cards using Urza's artificial intelligence. If you're just joining us, this is a website, urzas.ai, that generates magic cards based on magic cards. And it's pretty cool. It's not as silly as you might expect other AI-generated stuff to be. Usually they're pretty playable. That said, I've never really tried jacking up, increasing the creativity meter, which is supposed to make things a lot weirder. So maybe we'll have to do a set that's like just that thing maxed out and see what happens. But that is for another time. Instead, we have made the final set of our block, and we are planning on playing with these cards in actual sealed and constructed, either constructed as sort of like a mini standard or in sealed in the format of a pack from the first set, a pack from the second set, a pack from the third set. So that is happening in the future, which is why I'm very excited that we have finished this. This is a rambly intro. Point is, before we can do that, we need to review the set. Now, the set review was certainly much more relevant when we were making sets 1 and 2, because we needed to use the information from those sets to figure out what to name our next set. The idea was to bring in elements from one set into the next so that there was some cohesion. Honestly, I was a little disappointed with how set 3 came out, because it was supposed to be the, hey, we've seen a couple Phyrexian cards here, a couple Phyrexian cards there, let's make a set that brings the Phyrexians into play. And it kind of just didn't. There are some Phyrexians, but it's not like a major theme of the set. At least I don't think it was. This is the importance of the set reviews. Because in the process of making these sets, we generate a lot of cards that we don't end up using, and it can be really hard to remember what is real and what is not. So, maybe there's more Phyrexians than I think, but I doubt it. The name of the set was Praetors of the Enchanted Ice, Bridges Between Worlds. And I don't think there's a single card that actually has the Praetor creature type, because Praetor is actually a creature type. It's not just like a lore term, right? It's actually on the cards. So that's disappointing. And even the ones that are Praetors that are not Praetors, they're Praetors in their name, they tend not to even be Phyrexian. So it's just a little bit of an unfortunate situation, in my opinion. But let's see what we did end up with, because we might have still made some pretty cool cards that will make for a pretty cool play environment. I don't want to say standard, because it won't be standard, but yeah. I'm excited for constructed, I'm excited for sealed, I'm excited for draft. It's gonna be great. Let's get started. The way I tend to do this is by going through these cards kind of like I am opening a sealed pack, in as much that I'm gonna be sorting these by what they do, because that's, to me, the best way of finding the synergies of the set and what is relevant. So let's start with Barbarian Brewmaster, a 1-mana 1/1 Goblin Rogue. Barbarian Brewmaster can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. This is just a small little evasive creature. Cool. Not super relevant. If we see more goblins, that might be relevant, so keep an eye on that. Same with rogues. But otherwise, that's the thing. Honestly, I need to not spend too much time just rereading all the cards again, because there's 165 cards here. That's going to take a lot of time. So quick sorting is where it's at today. Dawn's False Promise, 3-mana enchantment. Creatures you control get +1/+1 as long as you control a white or blue creature. That's kind of cool. Probably you will. It's white, but if you're playing like white-red and you're like, I'll just throw this in here, and then you only get like red goblins, maybe the downside's a relevant part. Whenever a creature you control dies, you may return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. That's interesting. Oh, it's you control. I thought it was creatures, period, die, and then you get to decide, which is funny, but no. Great. So that's just super strong and going to be really strong. A lot of cards are just strong. That's the nature of AI Magic, and especially when you don't want to just be re-rolling forever. Erratic Sentinel is a 3-mana 2/2 fairy rogue. It has flash. When Erratic Sentinel enters the battlefield, Each opponent loses 2 life. You gain 2 life. Cute little thing. Nice little blocker. It's got flash. I like that. Cry of the Carnarium. 3 mana, sorcery, additional cost to cast a spell. You may reveal a creature from your hand. Search library for a creature card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. So the additional cost is 100% irrelevant. Maybe you just want to be like, hey, check out what I've got. But otherwise, isn't going to do a thing. Unless there's like a mechanic that's like whenever a player reveals a card, because that would be a fun mechanic in a game. I would enjoy that in a set. I don't think that ever shows up, but that'd be cool. Otherwise, it just tutors for a creature. Pretty dang good. Eternal Brawler, 7 mana, 4/5 vigilance. Creatures you control have vigilance. Probably too expensive to be relevant, but hey, most expensive things are. Gleeful Farewell, 5 mana, instant exile target creature, you gain 3 life. Sometimes you gotta kill something. Doesn't even kill, it exiles in case there's death triggers, and you get a little bit of life, which is relevant for our life game matters. Let's make a life game matters pile. Lose the Light, 1 mana sorcery, target player draws 2 cards, just like a really stupid busted card in red. Well, yeah, of course. We'll put it in under like draw, I guess, just to sort of see how much draw there is in the set period. Dromoka's Ankle Breakers. Dromoka's Ankle Breakers can't block. Is otherwise a 2 mana 3/3. It's just a 2 mana 3/3, except for with a downside. It doesn't really need a downside, but that's okay. Put over here with these green creatures. Nyxborn Razorback, 2 mana 2/2 dinosaur. When it attacks, another target attacking creature gets +2/+0. It's just cute. I like it. Yeah. Claustrophobia, 2 mana sorcery. Claustrophobia deals 1 damage to each creature. Potentially could wipe a board. I don't know how many 1/1s we have in the set, but that'll be a thing. And this is something that, now that I'm like looking around at all the creatures, all the cards, I should point out that previously, Urza's AI generated art for the stuff. Currently, they're sort of moving between models. Personally, I kind of like not having art because I don't have to feel problematic about the AI art stuff, but it certainly does make it harder to distinguish one card from another, so there's going to be a little bit of confusion there. Sorry. Nomads, 2 mana, 1/3 spirit. It taps for either blue or black, so mana dork and a little bit of fixing. That's fun. Cyclopean Pestilence, 8 mana. There's so many expensive cards in this set. Is a 4/5 Phyrexian insect. Whenever Cyclopean Pestilence attacks, each opponent sacrifices a creature. It's definitely not good enough for 8 mana, but hey, maybe you can resurrect it. You know what? Let's actually make a resurrection pile of things that are just way too expensive. Winter March is a 1 mana aura enchanted creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 as long as it's white. Okay. When Winter March is put into the graveyard, from the battlefield, draw a card. Pretty dang good, honestly. I think. Let's make some enchantments that are just kind of auras pile, because that'll be relevant. Ebon Incarnate is a 2 mana 3/3 enchantment creature Phyrexian beast. Sacrifice Ebon Incarnate. It deals 3 damage to target creature. Cool. Yeah, I like it. It is the same as that other 2 mana 3/3, but this time it has an upside. Great. We love an upside. I'm gonna make a sacrifice pile because there is some stuff that cares about sacrifice. Krovakan Bridge Mage, 3 mana enchantment creature, spirit, flying, 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, if you control an enchantment, create another 2/2 black spirit creature token with flying. Cute. I like it. Pretty strong. It needs to have you control an enchantment, which you will because it's an enchantment, so it's just 100% irrelevant. Doesn't say another enchantment. So yes, this just always ETBs as 2 flyers. Pretty good. Cloaking Gale is a 4 mana instant untapped target creature, cycling of 2 mana, but if you choose to cycle it, you may pay an additional 2 mana and draw a card. So it's either 4 mana, draw 2 cards, you know, like this one over here. 4 mana, draw 2 cards. But it is instant speed, and you could choose A, to just spend 2 to only draw 1 card, or you could actually pay its full 4 mana cost to untap something. Honestly, probably pretty bad, but hey, we're trying to make a limited environment, so not every card is going to be a banger, as they say. Fairy Magus is a 5 mana 3/3. It's a flying spirit. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 white and blue spirit creature token with flying. I like that. It's maybe a little bit too slow, but ooh, I love token generation. In fact, let's make a token pile. I guess down here with the Krovakan Bridge Mage would be a great token pile. Let's do that. Sky Knight Bridge Tenders is a 3 mana 2/2 human knight. It has flying. You can spend 3 to tap a target creature. Seems pretty good. Doesn't even have to tap itself down to do that. Very, very nice. Underworld Rampage is a 1 mana 1/1 human soldier. Underworld Rampage can't block. Underworld Rampage gets +1/+0 for each other creature you control. Just creatures in general. There's not really a creature type synergy going on, just creatures. Reverent Admirer is a 3 mana instant. Look at the target non-creature, non-land permanent on the battlefield. It gets +2/+2 until end of turn for each creature you control. Well, there you have it, once again. This is actually kind of a fun one in that, like, it... Look at target non-creature, non-land permanent. Wait, it has to be a non-creature? Wait a minute. Wait, is this useless? I mean, it would work if... Wow. I think I missed that at the time. I don't remember commenting on this in the original video where I made the card. But, yeah, you'd have to hit, like, a vehicle with this and then crew it or something. Non-creature, non-land permanent. That's not good. Oops. Well, you know, that'll be fun if someone can make that work, I guess. Drawn from the Dreams is a 5 mana enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, draw a card. You have no maximum hand size. I love you, you know, have no maximum... Now, you are here, Soul and Wanderer. Very good. Let's say card draw. Didn't I have a card draw pile? I do have a card draw pile. Beautiful. Speaking of which, that other one. That one that we looked at and went, this is pretty bad. It's technically card draw. Rise of the Vampires is a 4 mana sorcery. Destroy target creature. You gain life equal to its toughness. Another, destroy, gain life, which perfectly goes with this one. Gleeful Farewell. 5 mana, exile target creature. You gain 3 life. Wow. Urza Guildmage. 4 mana, 2/2 spirit. When Urza Guildmage enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. Okay, life gain. And then draw a card, discard a card. Ooh. So this one could actually end up in a few piles, because I think there might be, like, when you discard triggers, which could be pretty cool. The important thing to remember is that this is intended to be played as a block. So even if there isn't payoff for certain mechanics in this set, there might be payoffs in the previous sets of the same block. So that's what I'm most excited about for this, is that we have made a good number of cards, well over 600, I think. I don't remember. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not well over 600. I thought it was 300, 160, 160. I'm not sure, but it's going to be a big set. I'm super excited. Volrath Herald is a 4 mana 4/3 beast. It can't block, but you can tap it to put a -1 counter on target creature. Cool. Like pinging, but it permanent. We'd love to see that. Phage the Untouchable. Phage the Untouchable is a 2 mana 2/1 enchantment creature shapeshifter. It can't be blocked and it can't be blocked. So, did I have an evasive creature? This is can't block. That's not an evasive creature. This one can't be blocked. That is an evasive creature. Yeah, sure, let's throw it over there. Why not? Kami of the Branded Flame is a 4 mana 2/2 human wizard. Tap, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. White, and tap. Put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield under your control tapped. Ooh, cheating things out. We are going to put it in our very expensive pile. Did I actually? So I made a very expensive things pile over here. Did we already see some cheat? I don't remember if we saw anything that cared about, like, cheating big things out. That's the whole point of this big things pile. We're going to combine those into one pile. It'll be great. It's like having life gain and life gain payoff in the same pile. This is cheat and big things worth cheating. Light of Leovold is a 2 mana enchantment aura. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 as long as it's white. A boring little enchantment aura, but hey, it might be relevant. It's kind of like this one, but it costs more. And doesn't draw you a card. Frozen Shaper is a 2 mana 2/2 Nephilim. Creatures you control have flying. Oh no, for 2 mana, that's not good. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, exile a top card of your library face down. It's kind of like a punish, like a downside of this card, but probably not relevant. I don't know what to do with this card. This card's just busted. Shell Bargain is a 1 mana instant. Shell Bargain deals damage to target opponent or planeswalker equal to the number of cards in your hand. That's a really fun little burn. That's a bust. That's a really good burn. I guess I'll make a burn pile. Wow. Okay. You'd think I'd remember some of these things, but not really, no. Boros Burn, is that going to be a thing? Molten Ruin is a 3-mana instant. Molten Ruin deals 2 damage to target creature. Target creature gets -X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures in your party. Party, for those who do not remember, is a mechanic from, I think, Ikoria? Is that right? Yeah. Where party is creatures you control that have creature types from a specific list, being rogue, warrior, cleric, and wizard, I believe. I looked this up recently. I think I remember correctly this time. And yeah, so this could be up to -X, but is often going to be not minus anything. So that's fun. I should have said up to -4, whatever. Great. Daughter of Arcos is a 6-mana 3/4. When it or another non-token creature you control dies, draw a card. Cool. Probably too expensive, but cool. Anointed Librarian is a 5-mana 2/3 enchantment creature gargoyle. We all loved the Anointed Librarian. It has flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. Cool. Very fun. She embodies a dragon's curse. Again, pretty expensive, but hey, impulse draw every turn seems like fun. Which I guess doesn't really go with the draw stuff over here, does it? Oh well, let's do it anyway. Frozen Lich Lord is a 3-mana 3/2. It's a spirit, not a zombie, not a wizard. It's a spirit. Whenever a creature you control dies, if it had no +1/+1 counters on it, you gain 1 life. Cool. Put that on our little life gain synergy deck. Again, these are just payoff. These are just activations, no actual payoffs so far. Mana Bird Mage is a 1-mana 1/1 bird wizard. Hey, the AI nailed it there. That's what a Mana Bird Mage is. It has flying, and for 2 mana, monks you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Oh, I wish this was like a real thing. I don't think there's any monks in the set. There was one monk that we made in name, but was not in type line. It was so crushing for me. But hey, if we keep adding to like AI Eternal or something, the like canon of DarcyBits AI Eternal, one day. Fairy Seer is a 3-mana 2/2 enchantment creature shapeshifter. You can tap it to gain 1 life, great, or you can spend 4 to gain 2 life, which is actually kind of cool. I don't know if I talked about this in the original time, but like, yeah, tap for 1 or pay 4 for 2. That doesn't seem very good, except for, you know, you could tap it for 1 and then also spend 4 for 2. Or you could spend 8 for 4, right? Like, you can actually, it doesn't require tapping. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I like that. Lunge is a 2-mana instant. Prevent the next 2 damage that will be dealt to any target this turn. Then draw a card. Cool. Save something's life. Draw a card. It's whatever. It's a little combat trick. Trinket of Yore. 2-mana artifact equipment. Trinket of Yore enters the battlefield. Tapped. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and equips for 1. Cool. It's not great, but it exists. Yeah, I'll throw it in the equipment pile in case equipment matters. I think some equipment matters. Great Vassal is a 3-mana 2/2 vigilant. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. Just like the most busted lord ever printed. What the heck is this thing? Ugh. So dumb. Swirling Snowdrifts is a 3-mana 2/2 enchantment creature spirit. When Swirling Snowdrifts enters the battlefield, gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Swirling Snowdrifts can't be blocked. So, unless you like gave it flash or you gave it haste, it's irrelevant. But hey, it can't be blocked. That's pretty cool. Where's my can't be blocked pile? That's the one. Cleansing Ritual is a 4-mana 2/4 Treefolk Warrior. Protection from black. Okay. Cycling a 4. If you choose to cycle Cleansing Ritual, create 2 1/1 green sapling creature tokens. Which, I think that's kind of fun, right? You can get a 4-mana 2/4 with protection from black. If you're up against black, that could be relevant. Or you can spend 4 mana to make 2 1/1s and draw a card. I think that's pretty okay for 4 mana. Instant speed, too, because it's cycling. Seems like a plan. So that goes kind of in our token and our card draw. So I'm going to put it here. Orzhov Guide. Was there already an Orzhov Guild Guide? No, it was like Guild Mage or something, wasn't it? 1 mana, 1/1, Elf Scout, Island Walk. I haven't really talked much about creature types in this one. I feel like it's the least cohesive creature type set we've seen. In the other sets we're seeing like Elf Synergy or Soldier Synergy or Core Synergy. Or there's even one that said like when a Vidalcan Wizard enters the battlefield, and we made another Vidalcan Wizard in that same set. I was so happy. Was that this set? I guess we'll get to it if we get to it. I don't remember. Wow. Island Walk, cool. Whenever Orzhov Guide, or another elf, hey, look at that, Elf Synergy, enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a card you own from outside the game into your hand. Oh my, I forgot that's how this card worked. Holy crap, this card is busted. What? That'll be fun in Limited. I don't think I've ever like played with sideboards in Limited. That sounds like a lot of fun. Branching Evolution is a 3 mana sorcery. Destroy target creature with flying. Create 2 1/1 green sapling creature tokens. Hey, another making saplings. I wonder if there's any sapling payoff in this set. Tajuru Trilobite is a 4 mana 3/2 elemental. 1 mana, sacrifice this to put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Not a huge great thing, but Didn't I say I was going to make a sacrifice synergy pile? Things that sacrifice themselves. I am pretty sure I said that. I don't want to try and figure out where that pile was. I found it. Prowling Orb Weaver is a 4 mana 2/2 spirit. Whenever it attacks, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Cool. 4 mana 4/4/4. It's not actually very good. It's just like a worse than just being a 4 mana 4/4. Blizzards is a 5 mana sorcery. It deals 5 damage to each creature. Oh, it's a Wrath. Do we have a Wrath pile? I don't think we do. Intangible Virtue is a 6 mana sorcery. You draw X cards and lose X life, where X is twice the number of mountains you control. I actually really like these cards that like straight up tell you, hey, you got to be playing multicolor without just being multicolor. I don't know. I think that's fun. Right? You're actually more likely to play this in a red deck splashing blue than in a deck that's even. And that's fun. That's pretty cool. I think that's fun. Other than the fact that you actually need 2 blue sources, so maybe you wouldn't. I don't know. That's cool. Big draw, big life. Oh, you lose extra life. Ew. Danger, danger, danger. Plated Charger is a 4 mana 5/5 beast, but it has Bestow because it is an enchantment creature. For 4 mana 5/5, for 5 mana, you can bestow it. When Plated Charger or another creature you control dies, put a 1/1 counter on it. Now, this is something I hadn't considered previously. I think when I first reviewed this, I went, oh, the bestows are relevant. You'd never play it. But you might actually. Because what this is a 5 mana enchantment, which needs to be held by a creature, right? It's an aura, which says, whenever another creature you control dies, put a 1/1 counter on it. Wait, what's it in this case? Wait, this doesn't do anything. It is the creature that dies, right? Or is it the Plated Charger? If it's the Plated Charger, that could be terrifying. It just grows as it's an aura, and then when the thing that it enchanted onto dies, it gets another counter? Ooh, I need a judge for that. Is it the Plated Charger? It couldn't be. It's got to be the Plated Charger or the other creature. It's the thing that dies is it, right? This would be cool if it was always the Plated Charger. Yeah, so this is really just a 4 mana 5/5 that grows when things die. The bestows are relevant, but that would be fun. That would be really cool if it could grow. Anyway, whatever. If the static effect was relevant while it wasn't an aura, that could be kind of interesting. And then you just, when the thing that's carrying it dies, or it gets, dies, it then becomes a 5/5. Which still has the same effect. But I think that's not the correct here. Unfortunately. Other than that, it's an enchantment, it's a 5/5, and I don't know, it's just a big cool thing. I like it. Things that care about stuff dying. Maybe sacrifice. Mist Wallow Predation is a 1-mana instant. Target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Draw a card. I realized I put this kind of there, which kind of works. I'm going to actually move these sacrifice things down here. So it's going to be between sacrifice and token generation. Beautiful. I have a perfect system that's flawless, and I definitely thought about. Mistwall Predation, 1-mana instant. Target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Draw a card. Just a little cantrip. If we have any like spell slinging stuff, then that could be relevant. Mask of Shadows, 1-mana instant. Mask of Shadows deals 1 damage to target creature. That creature gains Shroud. Ooh, the coolest combat trick in the game. Unmask, or not even combat trick necessarily, just like counterspell. I don't like counterspells, but I kind of do like that. I don't know. That's cute. Unmask is a 4-mana sorcery. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. Exile that card. Just the most expensive discard ever. And it doesn't even discard technically, which is maybe sometimes an upside. But still, like, holy crap, 4 mana for this. Why is this a thing that's in the set? I don't know. You gotta have some low power level things sometimes. Worth pointing out, please ignore the rarity. That's the one thing we ignore on these cards. We're not using rarity. This is not rare. Do I have a discard synergy spot section? I don't know. Maybe I didn't ever make one. Moving on, Zendikar's Influence. Do we have another one that's something else's influence? Because that's gonna be kind of cool if that was like a cycle. I don't remember. Zendikar's Influence is a 5-mana sorcery. Return all other cards you own with different names to your hand. Then exile Zendikar's Influence. Is this useful? Is this useful? First of all, sorcery speed. So you can't even use it as like, haha, I'm gonna return a bunch of stuff to my hand. Cool. Now, I think the thing about this is it says cards. It doesn't say like permanents on the battlefield. So I think it bounces everything that you have that's a permanent plus all of your graveyard stuff. It's entirely possible this card does literally nothing. Before I play with it, I'm definitely going to check the comments of the red video because I'm sure somebody talked about it and I just missed it. And I'm going to have to look that back again. Alright. That's an interesting card. Makes me wonder. Ajani's Apprentice is a 2-mana 2/2 Drake. It's blue, it has flying. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library and or graveyard for a card named Ajani's Chosen. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. I don't think Ajani's Chosen is in this deck, or in this set, or in this block, but that would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Otherwise, it's a 2-mana 2/2 with flying. That's, like, still pretty good. Nosferatu Queen is a 6-mana 5/4 enchantment creature vampire. It has flying, and Nosferatu Queen can block only creatures with flying. Whenever a creature you control with flying dies, create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with flying. Okay, so any flyers always get replaced by a pest, including the pests themselves. That's cool. That also means that we have, like, flying matters. Lots of things have flying. I haven't thought about making a flying matters pile. I guess anything that doesn't have an existing synergy, like, I don't know, maybe this one or something, could go in, like, a flying matters pile. Although they're not the only flying cards. Corrosive Fog is a 4-mana instant exile target non-land permanent. Flashback 3. Sweet. Just a kill exile spell for 4 that you could then do again for 3. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I don't think I have a kill pile because all the other kills I've seen kind of do other things as well. I could be wrong. Maybe I forgot already. Silverquill Inscrutabulum is a 1-mana aura enchant creature. Enchanted creature has lifelink, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Seems pretty good. That's both a aura and a draw. Cool. Archon of Frost is a 3-mana 3/3 Archon. Other enchanted creatures you control get +1/+1. Other artifact creatures you control get +1/+1. So let's just not forget about this card because there are some enchantment creatures or artifact creatures that we'll see later. We haven't seen any artifact creatures yet. I think there are at least a couple. But hey, you can always throw it into a deck with auras. Sacred Scouring is a 1-mana instant. Sacred Scouring deals 2 damage to any target. Very cool. Also boring. But hey. I don't know what I just picked up there. That's fun. Acidic Soil is a 1-mana enchantment. Is an enchantment aura with Enchant Land. Enchant Land has tap, add 1 mana of any color. Cool. Love that. Not ramp, but it is fixing. I'll make a little fixing pile because people always care about fixing in these sorts of things. Rhyme Rot a Demagogue is a 7-mana 5/5 Phyrexian horror with flash. That's kind of cool. For 3 mana, target creature can't block this turn. For 2 mana, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. Cool. I just like this card. I don't have anything else to say about it. It's expensive, but whew. You flash this in to, like, you know, block something that ends up dying and yours doesn't. And then you have this 5/5 for next turn that can spend mana to, like, impulse draw 2 at a time. Ooh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Really, really like that. Corrupted Scob is a 5-mana 2/3 Phyrexian. Here's our Phyrexians. We got there. It even has Infect. This creature deals damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters and to players in the form of poison counters. For 2 mana, Corrupted Scob gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Not amazing, but hey, if you have enough mana, you can just poison someone out. So, yeah, actually playable, probably, in some format. Ren's Wardblade is a 3-mana legendary artifact equipment. It actually functions and isn't an equipment with no equip cost. Equipped creature gets +2/+1 whenever equipped creature attacks, draw a card. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. As opposed to the one that we saw previously that said that, hey, you enchant a creature whenever this does combat damage to a player, draw a card. This just needs to attack. It's pretty wild. Stalking Karoo is a 1-mana 1/1 snake shaman with haste. It has haste, so it can attack, but it also means it can tap, like spending 2 mana and tap to draw a card, then discard a card. Again, I don't know if there's any discard synergy or not, but might be. Hero Vash is a 5-mana 2/4 spirit. Whenever you gain life, create a 2/2 blue illusion creature token. Now here is a life gain payoff. Finally a life gain payoff. I'm going to set that one separate to keep it separate from all the life gain. Life gain payoff is much rarer. Frosted Cliffs is a 3-mana sorcery. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield, tapped, then shuffle. Something I think is worth mentioning is that when we eventually play with these cards, I intend to play them where there's no rarity. Every card just shows up once, which means you can't ever get duplicates, which is kind of a shame because as much as, like, Hero of Ash, I mean, for 5 mana, maybe it's not even worth it, but there's not going to be a ton of cards that have life gain payoff, and that's going to be kind of a shame, whereas in another set, you could still have not very many actual cards, but if this is at common, they are in the economy, like, more of them are available. So, I don't know, maybe I should change that. I don't want to do any waiting, but maybe there should be, like, I don't know, 4 copies of each one available. Maybe I should duplicate the set and then shuffle it to make my packs. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Frosted Cliffs. Did we already look at this one? It's a 3-mana. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield. Tap, then shuffle. 3 mana. Go directly into the battlefield. Very cool. I don't know how that's good or not, but hey, seems okay to me. Ghost Quill Amulet. 3 mana. Legendary artifact equipment. Equips for 2. Equipped creature gets +2/+2. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token that's tapped and attacking that player. So that's fun. I remember talking about this one, how, like, you're past damage, so it can't really, like, it's not going to attack, it's not going to hit the player, but, you know, it's tapped and attacking. Sure, why not? That's fine. I have some equipments over here in case equipment matters, but this one also makes tokens. I'll leave it with the equipment matter. Boiling Vats is a 6-mana red enchantment. 4 mana, sacrifice this, target creature gets +3/+0, or 2 mana, target creature gets +3/+0 until end of turn. So, guess which one you're gonna pay? Probably neither. You're probably not gonna run this card, but, you know, could be cool. Ursavus Winter Watcher is a 4-mana 2/3 beast. As long as you control a snow permanent, which you probably will, we're planning on having snow basics as available in this limited experience and standard experience if we do a mini standard. As long as you control a snow permanent, Ursavus Winter Watcher gets +2/+2 and has vigilance, so it's a 4-mana 4/5 with Vigilance. Not too shabby, I don't think. Walking Scorch Beast is a 2-mana 2/1 insect with flash. That seems appropriate. When Walking Scorch Beast enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Ooh, that seems good. I don't think there's enough enchantment removal in this set considering how many enchantments there are. Seems pretty nice to me. Crystal Rainstorm is a 2-mana 2/2 elemental with haste and cascade. Now, it's only a 2-mana spell, so it's not going to get anything really cool when you cascade, but hey, that's okay. It's still something. Is it equal or less, or is it equal? I always forget about this. When you cast a spell, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card that costs less. Okay, cool. Excellent. So, 1-mana things. Crowning Assault is a 2-mana instant destroy target creature with flying. Crowning Assault deals 1 damage to any target. Beautiful. I believe that the extra target is necessary, so that's worth pointing out. But you can always target the thing you're destroying, because it's not like it's going to fizzle, it's already destroyed it. Talarum City is a 2-mana enchantment whenever a creature enters the battlefield. If that creature's controller has no cards in hand, Talarum City deals 1 damage to that player. I just think this card's cute. It's not that huge of a mana investment to get it online. Like, it's just 2 mana. And then your opponent's going to be like, crap, I got 1 card in my hand and it's a creature. I guess I'll take that 1 damage, and they'll you know, how much damage will this do over the course of a game? Probably like 2. It's probably not very good. Seems fun, though. I like the idea of it, especially if you can, like, I don't know, give your opponent creatures after making them discard. Ooh, maybe it goes in the discard deck. That's a good point. Yeah, make them half to top deck. Play stuff directly into the battlefield. Ooh, that could be fun, actually. Ooh, I want to play a discard deck. People are going to hate me. Ancient Grudge Blood is a 4-mana 2/4 shapeshifter. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, hey, Spellslinger, you may exile another target creature you control. Okay. Then return to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next step. Ooh! Spellslinger Flicker? Oh, yes, I'm into it. That's a, little is it pile there. I don't know how good the, like, ETBs on blue and red are. Probably there's going to be some pretty strong red ETBs. You could probably make a really strong Spellslinger. Is it flickery? Couple of bombs, yeah. Healer of the Unseen, 2-mana 2/2 human soldier. As long as you control another enchantment, Healer of the Unseen gets +1/+1 and has lifelink. Cool. So it's a 2-mana 2/2, or it's a 2-mana 3/3 with lifelink. I don't know what the going rate for a 3/3 with lifelink is. It's probably just 2 mana, honestly, but whatever. I like it. I think it's fun. Kyle Mal, Assassin of Zao, is a 5-mana 4 loyalty legendary planeswalker Sultai. I don't know why. I don't know why its card type is Sultai, but it is. Yeah. Whenever a creature you control dies, create a 2/2 beast. Oh, that's going to be really good. +1, target creature gets +2/+2 until a turn. Activate only once each turn, which is how bloody abilities work anyway. So, pretty fun. I'm into this. I don't know if it's good enough for 5 mana, but whoo, that could be scary. Does it go with tokens? I guess it kind of does. It doesn't say whenever a non-token creature dies. It also goes with our sacrifice stuff that we talked about. I don't remember. Did I say this? Yeah, sacrifice. That's self-sacrifice, but still, same. Distorting Illusion is a 3-mana aura. Chant creature gets -4/-4. So, it's probably a 3-mana sorcery speed kill spell, but maybe you'll do something weird with it. I don't know. Black Market is a 5-mana enchantment. Whenever you cast a black spell, draw a card. Again, cards that straight up want you to be playing in specific colors. It's fun. Don't know if 5 mana is worth it. Is it Guildmage? It's a 2-mana star one. It's a bird wizard. It has flying. Is it Guildmage's power is equal to the number of lands you control? That's cool. I like lands. Little flyer that grows. That's fun. Life's Way is a 6-mana sorcery. It returns all cards your opponents control to their owner's hand. Now, no, all creatures. That makes more sense. All creatures your opponents control to their owner's hands. Cool. I still wonder about that other card that was like return all of your cards, because cards in the graveyard are cards, and you can return them to your hand. It's like, you can't return a card in your library to your hand, so like it wouldn't hit your library, but like, I don't know. Maybe that would work. Still unsure. Life's Way, though, should work because it returns all creatures your opponents control to their owner's hand. And I don't think that a creature card counts as a creature. It counts as a creature card. So, would not. We have precedent for this sort of mechanic. We understand. But cool. Little bit of a wrath. I don't remember where my other wrath was. Is it like boiling vats or something? I do not recall. I do not recall where our wrath was situated. Hey, deal 5 damage to each creature. In fact, let's actually put this claustrophobia over there too. Okay, Kamal Undying King is a 5-mana 5/4. It is a legendary enchantment, creature, nymph, and maybe something else. Other nymphs you control get +1/+1. If we see any other nymphs, we'll put it in this pile. I don't think there are any. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, draw a card, then you may discard a card. So it's probably more of this like draw discard thing. I don't know if there's anything that cares about discard, but there's probably something that cares about like, I don't know, graveyard. Maybe these like draw discards should actually be in the like pile of powerful cards that you want to cheat out. That one cheats from your hand though. Pariah is a 5-mana Phyrexian 4/4. It says creatures you control are flying and you can tap it to put a counter on itself. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Creatures having flying is pretty good. Last Chance of Wrath is a 4-mana Aura Enchanted Land. Enchanted Land is a 5/5 blue giant creature with hexproof. It's still a land. I gotta say, just something I wanted to throw out. There was that card we saw earlier that like buffed a non-creature. It also said non-land, so you couldn't even buff a land and then turn the land into a creature. That wouldn't even work. Disappointing. Oh well. This is fun. It's a 4-mana 5/5 with hexproof. Except for you could remove the basically, it's like a 5-mana 5/5 that's an enchantment. You can only remove the enchantment part of it, effectively, right? It's kind of cool. Gaunty Prudent Steward is a 3-mana 2/2 fairy. Creatures you control have Death Touch. I like these board-wide buffs. They're just fun. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on this. Ooh, another life gain payoff. Hey. Here we go. Carrion Plague is a 6-mana sorcery. Carrion Plague deals 5 damage to target player or planeswalker. You gain 5 life. A little bit of life gain, a little bit of damage. Probably just not going to run it. Pyromancer Elite is a 3-mana 2/1 enchantment creature. Human Wizard. Pyromancer Elite can't be blocked. For 2 mana, tap target creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. That seems pretty good. That seems like a really annoying card that I'm going to run. Sheldoran Knight Princess is a 4-mana 3/3 spirit. They have flash, and whenever that or another creature you control dies, exile target creature you control until it leaves the battlefield. This card is weird and is probably going to make some debates at the table. Probably. It's pretty cool. I don't know if we have like a flicker pile or not, but we should. We should have a flicker pile somewhere. Sacred Foundry is a 3-mana enchantment. 4 mana and tap it. Exile the top card of your library. Return to the battlefield under your control at the beginning of the next end step. This card's cool. This card is like, it's expensive. 4 mana and tap every time you want to do it. And if you haven't like scryed, the top card of your library probably isn't even a permanent. Now it might be. I don't know. Maybe your deck only has permanents, in which case it can't miss. But it's still like, 4 mana, put a land into the battlefield. That's not bad, repeatably, without having to spend a card from your hand to do it. I think this card's actually really good. Still, expensive to get online. You might not be fast enough. Gideon the Young Hero is a 3-mana 3/3 legendary enchantment creature god. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, Spellslinger, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. As long as Gideon the Young Hero has 3 or more 1/1 counters on creatures, which at the time of making this card, I ruled, well, it only means on itself. Like, it is a creature. It is the only creature that it can be referring to. stupid wording, but I think everyone will agree that that is correct. Creatures you control get +1/+1 for each 1/1 counter on getting the young hero. It seems pretty cool. I like this one. I could see this being a commander. That might be fun. I do actually want to do some commander stuff if I can find some good commanders and some good cards in this set. Little mini set commander. Cloudcaster Hoplet is a 1-mana 1/1 elf rogue. For 1 mana, Cloudcaster Hoplet gains flying until end of turn. A little 1/1 that can jump. It's an elf. There's that thing that cared about elves. Remember that one? Dramatic Encounters is a 2-mana enchantment. Creatures you control have at the beginning of your upkeep. Sacrifice a creature unless you pay blue. If you do, draw a card. I'm still not sure if this is if you do sacrifice or if you do pay. Either way, I think it's going to be cool. And if you just play this and you go, hey, table, which one does it mean? Whatever. You'll come up with an answer. It's fine. I like this card. It's cool. Primal Amazement is a 5-mana instant. Choose 1. Creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain trample until end of turn. That's pretty good. Or each opponent loses 1 life. That's pretty bad. So, yeah, Primal Amazement is just really good. But, I kind of love the idea of it having this extra line of text that's just like, hey, if you have no creatures and your opponent's at 1 life, you can still kill them. Isn't that cool? And I think that's pretty funny. I don't know how that happened. Woo! Alright, I just threw that way too far and we're not dealing with it. Sightless Invocation is a 1-mana sorcery. Search your library for a swamp or an island card, put it into the battlefield, then shuffle. That is really good, but it's also very specific. So if you're trying to be like, hey, this one's 3 mana, search your library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield. This probably should say like basic swamp or island because it's just busted if you have non-basics. We don't have any non-basics, so it's not a big deal. But if you're doing a proper comparison, should say non-basic. I think there's something actually kind of interesting about this in that, like, yeah, if you're playing Grixis, you know, black, blue, and red, then this card's really good. But hey, what if you need an extra mountain? You have like a 2 red pip card in your hand. You can't get it. Sorry, you can't get a mountain. That's kind of fun. I like that. And if you're playing, you know, red-green, it just isn't useful at all. You shouldn't put it in your deck. So I think it's like, it's not pure, it's not strictly better than other ramp spells. But it is busted. Shadowmoor Hydra is a 6-mana, Phyrexian Construct. Probably also a Hydra, but it's cut off, so it doesn't count. It's not a Hydra. I don't know. You can't prove it's a Hydra. It's a star. Shadowmoor Hydra's power and toughness are each equal to the number of snowlands you control, and creatures you control just have flying. Do you know how many creatures you control have flying lines there are in this game? There's a lot. If you don't have flying in limited, you are going to die. You're also probably going to die in constructed too, just to be... You need flying. Everyone should get flying. Flying's really good. Anyway, 6 mana for this. Seems pretty good. Also, you know what? Hey, you probably don't want to cheat this out because you want to have the lands, right? Anyway. Frozen Fiends is a 5-mana 4/4 horror. It has menace at the beginning of your upkeep. Each player loses 2 life. It is a symmetrical effect, but it's a 5-mana 4/4 with menace. Pings your opponent as long as you have more health than them. You're doing great. Atarka's Ritual is a 2-mana instant. Choose 1, create a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scion. That might be the only Eldrazi in the entire block. I don't remember, but it might be. Or put 2 1/1 counters on target creature. I like it. Instant speed, put 2 1/1 counters on something is super fun. It's like a pump spell that saves your guy as a combat trick, but you get to keep the counters. I love it. Phantasmancer is a 5-mana 3/4 spirit. It has flying. For 1 green mana, Phantasmancer deals 1 damage to target creature. That is terrifying, but hey. Actually, yeah, in green with like ramp potentially having lots of ramp. I don't know if it does have a lot of ramp or not. I don't remember how much ramp they have. They have at least 1. We saw it earlier. Yeah, that you can have a lot of green mana. You can just gattling a board down. It'll be pretty good. Serene Advocate is a 4-mana 2/2 enchantment creature spirit. It has flying. For black, regenerate Serene Advocate. A 4-mana 2/2 flyer that doesn't die. That sounds great to me. I love it. Put it with our flyers. Heartbeat Carrier is a 4-mana 3/3 insect. Whenever Heartbeat Carrier or another creature you control dies, each player returns to the battlefield all creature cards from their graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn. It seems very specific and like hard to do consistently and like the way you want it to be and good, but whew, cool. Master of Frost is a 6-mana 4/4 artifact creature chimera, but its cost, what chimera spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. So if you have 4 of these, you get 4 4/4s on the board for 6, 5, 4, 3. What's that? Like 19 mana or something? It's like not very good deal. 6 and 4 is 10. And then 5 and 3. 18 mana. 18 mana for 4 4/4. This is pretty good, right? Alright. Splendid Aetherfield is a 2-mana aura. Enchant Land. Enchant Land is a 5/5 creature with flying. It's like that other card we saw, except for this one. This time, it has flying and it's cheaper. Look, sorry, green, you're just not as in tune with the land as red is, obviously. That's so funny to me. That's amazing. This is even just a creature with flying. What type of creature is it? I don't know. It just is a creature. This is a giant, and it's blue now. That's pretty cool, right? I guess it has hexproof. I forgot it has hexproof. Okay. Well, that's something, I guess. That's funny, though. Silver Birch Monk. Why couldn't you have been an elemental monk? Silver Birch Monk is a 3-mana 3/3 enchantment creature elemental. When Silver Birch Monk enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 green insect creature token with flying. And you can spend 3 mana and sacrifice it to gain 3 life. Hey, it's life gain and sacrifice. We love both those things over here. Celestial Guide is a 5-mana 3/3 human wizard with lifelink. Life gain. Whenever Celestial Guide or another non-land permanent you control dies, you may put a lifelink counter on target creature. You know what I've seen most? I've seen most, like, if I was going to say there's one theme of this set, it's when another creature dies. Holy crap, there's so much when another creature dies in this set. It's cool. I'm into it. It seems fun to me. Put a lifelink counter on target creature. Ooh, that's going to be so good. Glacial Obliterator is a 7-mana 5/5 elemental. At the beginning of your upkeep, Glacial Obliterator deals X damage to target creature. X is the number of snow permanents you control. So, yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. I think. Maybe it's too expensive. I don't know. Fight me. Crashing Blows is a 5-mana aura enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +4/+4. Whenever enchanted creature deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice this. If you do, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. So, you know, that's kind of fun, I guess. I'm actually not sure how this, like, I guess if it does combat damage to a player, unless you enchanted, like, a trample thing, it probably wasn't dying anyway. But I'm not sure. I feel like if it dies to combat damage, there's no window to actually sacrifice this, is there? Oh, well. Woo. Geth's Rebuttal. That sounds like a counter spell. Is a, except for the Geth part, but, you know, let's ignore that. Geth's Rebuttal is a 2-mana aura enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2, has black. Regenerate this creature. It also loses enchanted creature, gets +1/+1 for each card in your hand. You know, in case the enchanted creature had that text. So, you know, if it did, watch out for that. I'm still not sure if this means, like, enchanted creature as, like, placeholder text for whatever the creature is, or if the creature actually has to read enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each card in your hand. Because it's never going to read that way unless it's like a bestow creature that you enchanted. But if that was the case, it wouldn't be a creature. It would be an enchantment. But either way, I like reading it as enchanted creature as like placeholder text. Like it loses this creature gets +1/+1 for each card in your hand. Because I think we do have a card. Like, don't we have an actual card that has like its power and toughness is plus, but its power and toughness is equal to the cards in your hand is not the same text as getting +1/+1. So I think even then there's no card in the set that this would interact with. Would be cool though. Okay, please stop flickering. Thank you. Nivik's Mentor is a 3-mana 2/1 Vidalcan Wizard. This is the Vidalcan Wizard I was talking about. Tap, draw a card, discard a card. Oh, we love it. True Name Nemesis. This is True Name Nemesis. If you try and show me another card called True Name Nemesis, you're lying to me. Is a 1-mana 1/1 instant. True Name Nemesis deals 2 damage to target creature. If that creature would die, exile it instead. This is fine. Kolfener Ancestral Hunger is a 6-mana 6/6 nymph. It's not legendary. Anyway, at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control a green or white creature, such as, I don't know, Kolfener Ancestral Hunger, that would be a green creature. Kolfener's Ancestral Hunger, it deals 2 damage to any target. So it's a 6-mana 6/6 that pings for 2 every upkeep. This is pretty good. Can even hit face. Heed of the Rising Tides. No. Heed of the Rising Tides. It's an order, not a statement. Is a 6-mana sorcery. Create 2/2/2 blue human pirate creature tokens. There are pirates in this set? Yes! Oh, that's awesome. Oh, the tides are rising and the pirates are coming in. All pirate creatures get +2/+1 and gain flying until end of turn. Oh, this card's awesome. Was there pirates in one of the previous ones? Did Gods of Winter have pirates? I think there was at least a couple. You could probably do it in Constructed. I don't think you could do it in Limited. Crystalline Majesty is a 5-mana aura enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +4/+4 and has red. This creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Oh, it just gives it mega fire breathing. Okay, cool. That seems pretty good to me. I like that card. Okay. Root Breaker is a 5-mana 4/4 elemental with reach. When Root Breaker enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. That creature doesn't untap during its control's untap step for as long as Root Breaker remains on the battlefield. I love this. I don't know if this exists in actual real printed Magic, but it's like a jailer effect, except for it doesn't exile the creature, which is sometimes bad and sometimes is good. If it has an ETB, you don't want to do the like jailer exile thing, because it's just to come back in and do its thing again. But here, it just taps it down. It's fine. As long as it doesn't have like activated abilities. It's as good as dead. It's great. Love it. Vidalcan Mentor. It's our other Vidalcan Wizard. It's a 1-mana 1/1 enchantment creature Vidalcan Wizard. As long as Vidalcan Mentor is enchanted, other Vidalcan Wizards you control have flying. I mean, I think it's funny. It's not actually relevant, because our other Vidalcan Wizard was like a 1/1. That's a 2/1. It's a 2/1, you know, if you were playing Constructed and you wanted to have 4 copies of each of these, you could have a bunch of flying 2/1s and 1/1s. Anyway, it's a 1-mana 1/1 that taps for white or blue. That just seems pretty good. Skeletal Ground is a 2-mana instant. Destroy target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its toughness. Another destroy and gain life. A lot of those in the set. I love it. Sapphire Capital. This card's not real. Worth pointing out, hey, this card's not real. Unfortunately, that's just the way we have it done in this set. We generate some lands just to see what will happen, but none of them are going in the set. Sorry, there's no non-basics in this set. Sapphire Capital is the 4th snow-covered village you encounter. The village has the thickest snow in the game, which causes you to sink if you step off of it. So that's important to know. I need to put this in a special pile so I remember to, like, remove those before I save this and make it publicly available. Inspiring Epiphany is a 2-mana 1/1 enchantment creature, human cleric. When Inspiring Epiphany enters the battlefield, draw a card. 4 white and tap, draw a card, and then you may return a land you control to its owner's hand. You may. That's actually really strong. Wow, it just taps and draws a card. That's pretty cool. I like that. Crown of Infinite Toxins is a 3-mana aura. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3, has lifelink, and doesn't untap during its controller's untap tap. I actually really like this card. You can either tap down something, you don't tap it down, but you can keep it tapped. Or you can give one of your blockers +3/+3 and lifelink, and then just hope it doesn't ever get tapped down. I like it a lot. I think it's really cool. Ice Crown is a 7-mana red and green sorcery. Search your library for up to 3 cards with different names. Put them into your hand and shuffle. That is going to be such a scary, like, okay, as long as I don't die next turn, I've just assembled Tron, or whatever it happens to be. You found Exodia. Exodia? Exodia. Yeah, Exodia. It's going to be a cool combo enabler, I think. But it's a big advancement. You probably just skip your turn. So, Ravensong the Storm's Fury is a 4-mana bird. It's legendary. That's cool. It's a 2/3 and it's flying. You can sacrifice it and pay 1 red mana to destroy target non-black creature, or you can spend a red and a white and tap it to put a 1/1 counter on Ravensong. Wow, this card kind of sucks. But hey, it's got flying. That's pretty cool. Infernal Ruin, I mean, it can also kill something if you need to in a pinch, I guess. Infernal Ruin is a 5-mana enchantment. Whenever you gain life, draw a card. It's another life gain payoff. We got there. What are all our life gain payoffs? They're all like the same thing, aren't they? We've got... Oh no, where are our life gain payoffs? I don't remember. Hello? Life gain payoffs, where are you? I don't know. They're under here somewhere. Yeah, this is the one. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on this. Whenever you gain life, create a 2/2. And whenever you gain life, draw a card. What a beautiful little set of cards there. We love that. Excellent. Hopefully I'm not breaking anyone's eyeballs by zipping around the screen. Apologies. Mirren Crusaders is a 5-mana enchantment. Whenever you cast a spell, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Any spell, but it's a 5-mana enchantment, so might be too slow. I don't know. Seems pretty good in a spellslinger or token-based deck. Rime Veil Frost Mage is a 6-mana 5/5 elemental. You can tap it to add red. You know, that's what you want to be doing with your 6-mana creatures. And at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control no swamps, put a 1/1 counter on Rime Veil Frost Mage. So while we have some cards that say, hey, I sure hope you're playing both red and black, this one's saying, I sure hope you're playing red and not black. But you can be playing, like, you know, red-blue or something. That's pretty cool. I think it's actually kind of fun in the idea of, like, hey, if you're going to resurrect this thing, you probably are playing black, so don't play black, or you can't cheat this out. That's kind of fun. You can cheat it other ways, but still. Niv-Mizzet Parun is a 4-mana dragon wizard. Is this the only dragon in the set? There's a whole bunch of dragons in the second set of the block, but I think this might be the only one in this set. Everyone stop flickering. Thank you. Ah! I made a copy of this on accident. What the heck? It'll have to do. Niv-Mizzet Parun is a 4-mana 3/2 dragon wizard with flying. For 2 mana, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Oh, that is just repeatable pump for your entire board. That is terrifying. Is that guy legendary? That guy is legendary. I might play that as a commander. That sounds really, really fun. Just like a token deck in mono red. Black. I don't know why I said that. Sorry. Can you stop flickering over there? Thank you. Rime Wind Alpha is a 2-mana 2/2 Centaur Druid. Whenever Rime Wind Alpha or another ally enters the battlefield, under your control, you may return target permanent card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. That's kind of cool. Yeah, sure. I don't think there's any other allies, but if there is, Remember this card exists. Parallax Maze is a 4-mana black instant. Return up to 2 target creatures from your graveyard to your hand, then draw a card. Okay. It's like 4 mana, draw 3. That's pretty good. Improvise is a 2-mana blue instant. Tap up to 3 target creatures, then draw a card. Hey, if you want to play that enchantment that lets you make it so that it can't, untap. Hopefully your opponent doesn't play Improvise. Orenheim Temple is another one of our lands that doesn't actually work. It says, parentheses 5, Orenheim Temple enters the battlefield tapped, and then it taps for white or blue. I guess that actually kind of works perfectly fine. It's just boring and not interesting, and we don't care. So, that one actually did work, weirdly. Invading Alarmist is a 2-mana artifact. Creatures you control have menace. A lot of these, board-wide buffs. Ah, beautiful. I don't think there's any, we've seen one enchantment or artifact removal in this set. I think there's some in the other sets of the block, but woo! If you were just playing only this set, you're going to get screwed. Invading Alarmist deals 1 damage to any target if you tap it. Very cool. Frozen Wisp is a 6-mana 3/3 spirit with flying. If you spend 3 mana, target creature gains Shroud until end of turn. That's awesome. You can use it to protect your stuff. You can use it to fizzle your opponent's spells. What a terrifying onboard trick. I love an onboard trick. I hate counter spells, but if it's an onboard counter spell, hey, your opponent knows about it. No one's being surprised. It's great. Frost Harpy. It's a nymph. Remember that card that cared about nymphs? We got another one. Frost Harpy is a 3-mana 2/2 enchantment creature nymph. Whenever a creature dies, a Frost Harpy deals 1 damage to each opponent. That's it. Huh. Well, that sucks. Obnixilis Unplugged. I love this card. I just love the name. I don't actually love the card. The card is nothing, but it's so funny to me. Obnixilis Unplugged is a 1-mana instant. Destroy target non-artifact creature. It can't be regenerated. Destroys a creature. Go for the throat. Let's go. Tower of Seasons is another land. As you enter the snow-covered lands of the Tower of Seasons, your mission will be to defend it from a swarm of abominable beasts. You are joined by 3 brave explorers, Edri, Isadora, and Lucas, and together, you must fight to survive. Well, that card does literally nothing. Graven Sentry is a 2-mana 2/2 enchantment creature human artificer. It has flanking. Whenever a creature without flanking blocks this creature, the blocking creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Flanking is so brutal. I've played against a sliver deck that had flanking in it. All your slivers had flanking. I couldn't do anything. It was amazing, honestly, but still brutal. 2 mana Graven Sentry gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Sweet. Love it. Nice little friend. Sky March Worm is a 5-mana 5/4. It has Vigilance, and the creatures you control have Vigilance. Again, a lot of site-wide buffs. Site-wide? You know what I mean. Board-wide, battlefield-wide. Your side of the battlefield? I don't know. Goblin Merry Bandit is a Goblin Rogue. Remember the Goblin Rogue we saw earlier? It's another Goblin Rogue. This one's a 2-mana 2/1. Enchantment creature Goblin Rogue. They are just filled with merriment, and that is their enchantmentness, I guess. Whenever Goblin Merry Bandit... Right. Goblin Merry Bandit, not Goblin Merry Rogue. Whenever Goblin Merry Bandit attacks, you may search your library for an equipment card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Ooh! Equipment try! I can't explain... I can't explain what just happened. Raise Ancient is a 2-mana sorcery. Return all creatures to their owner's hands. This effect lasts indefinitely, which doesn't mean you can't play them again. It's just a funny way of saying that. Skyline Keeper is a 2-mana 1/2 human knight. Skyline Keeper gets +1/+0 for each basic land type among lands you control. Hey, it's domain. For red, Skyline Keeper gets +0/+1 until end of turn. I think this card's kind of cute. Yeah, it'd probably be better if it was +1/+0, but hey, that's okay. This card has a use case. If you're playing a lot of different colors, this could very easily be a 4/2, and then you can spend red so it doesn't die in a pinch. Cool. Love it. Necropotence is a 3-mana artifact. Necropotence enters the battlefield tapped, and you can tap it to add colorless. You also can tap it to add 1 mana of any color. So it taps to add 1 mana of any color. You may include colorless in your choice if that's relevant to you for some reason, which sometimes it will be, but not in this set. Woo! Oh. Well, whatever, that works. Haze Titan. Haze Titan is a 5-mana merfolk shaman. It's a star. Haze Titan's power and toughness are each equal to the number of merfolk you control. Ooh, merfolk matters. Cool. When Haze Titan enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a card named Aquamorph. Reveal it, put it into your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle. Aquamorph is not in the set, just to be clear. But cool. Akroma's Memorial is a 2-mana enchantment at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep. You may put a counter on Akroma's Memorial. Remove 2 mana counters from Akroma's Memorial, draw a card. Ah, yes, this one. I remember this one, where we had a nice long debate about what does it mean to put a counter on Akroma's Memorial? Does that mean a counter of any kind? Does that mean a mana counter and oopsies, we made a little typo? I like to think it means mana counter, oopsies, we made a little typo. Cool card, though. Every 2 turns you can draw a card. Yeah, it's fun. It lets you do the, like, draw an extra card every turn effect, but at a lower mana cost by making it every 2 turns. Frost Storm is a 2-mana aura. Enchanted creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. 2. When Frost Storm is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, return Frost Storm to its owner's hand. Wow, it's like Rancor, but worse. But that's okay, Rancor's busted. Resplendent Spirit is a 4-mana 1/1 spirit. It has flying. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on Resplendent Spirit. We got more life gain payoff. We're so excited about it. I wonder what colors care most about life gain payoff. On the Fault Line, looks like green and blue, is an 8-mana sorcery. Destroy target land. Its controller loses 2 life. So, for anyone just joining us, I made a concerted effort to ban all land destruction in the set because I just didn't want that in the set. I thought that was not, it wouldn't be fun. There's a couple of cards that say like destroy target permanent and don't say non-land, so those ones will get around that edge case. Oops. This one, I just said screw it. I spent so long making this 8-mana card, and eventually I just said, you know what? If it just destroys a land, that's good enough for me. If you really want land destruction, pay 8 mana for it. And the next card I generated was this, so yep, that happened. Thaw of Avenger is a 1-mana aura. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1, has haste, and for 3 mana, return Thaw of Avenger to its owner's hand. That's amazing! We saw a card that says ETB, get like +2/+2. Now we can give it haste. That's so good. Also, we can bounce this back to our hand so that we can give another thing haste on a future turn. I think that's fun. I really like this card. It's cool. Plague Giant is a 3-mana giant warrior. It's a 3/3. When Plague Giant dies, each player discards their hand, then draws cards equal to the greatest number of cards they discarded this way. Cool. Get rid of your hand. Get a new hand. Yeah. Yeah. We'll put it in our draw then discard pile of cards. As you can see, I'm not really paying attention to what's in each card pile at this point. Oh well. Cologan the Storm's Fury is another legendary creature. Ooh, it is a 5-mana 5/5 elemental with trample. When Cologan the Storm's Fury enters the battlefield, exile target creature and opponent's controls until it leaves the battlefield. So a little jailer effect, okay. Then you can spend 2 mana to tap a creature. That could tap down a whole board if you have enough mana. That is potentially pretty good. I like it. Trained to Clash is a 4-mana 3/3 dinosaur. Whenever Trained to Clash becomes blocked, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. It's like a 4-mana 5/5, but worse. But more interesting. Please don't get... There you go. Dispersing Scourge is a 3-mana instant. Destroy target non-wall creature, then draw a card. There's actually a decent amount of, like, targeted removal in this set. I think it's going to be a pretty fun limited. Also draw a card. Praetors. Praetors the Created is a 3-mana 4/4 Phyrexian snake. It's vanilla, but it's a Phyrexian and a snake. And it's Praetors. This is, you know, legally distinct Prometheus. It's Praetors the Created. Crystalborn is the... Wait, no. Crystalborn Sphinx is a 4-mana 4/4 Sphinx. For 4 mana, target player loses 1 life. You gain 1 life. Whenever a player casts a spell with mana value less than your life total, put a 1/1 counter on Crystalborn Sphinx. So, you know, whenever a player casts a spell. That card's fun. Forest Wolf is a 3-mana 2/2 beast. Tap, Forest Wolf deals 1 damage to any target. Cool. Just a little pinger. Not great. That's fine. Downright Diversion is a 2-mana instant. Search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Hey, don't we have basically this exact same effect already on another card? For less? No, I think we have this exact same card for more? Wait. Now I'm confused. Frosted Cliffs is a 3-mana sorcery. Search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tapped, then shuffle. Downright Diversion is a 2-mana instant that searches your library for a basic land card, puts it onto the battlefield, tapped, then shuffles. So it's the same, but it is instant speed and cheaper. But hey, I'm okay with that, because you know what? We can pretend one is a lower rarity. Skyshroud Crusader is a 3-mana 2/2 human cleric. When Skyshroud Crusader enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control. Oh, that's good. 2-mana target creature can't block this turn. That's also that card's good. Wow, I like that card. Sleight of Mouth is a 3-mana instant. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Draw a card. Cool. Another things can't be blocked. Very nice. Crystalline Pathfinder is a 1-mana 1/1 Merfolk Rogue. Hey, more Merfolk. There's that one card that cares about that. Please stop flickering. Please. It'll do. Crystalline Pathfinder is a 1-mana 1/1 Merfolk Rogue. For blue and tap, target creature gains a double strike. Holy crap, this card is busted. I forgot about this card. For blue, tap, and tap, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. You can't pay that second ability, but it has the ability if you could find a way of paying it. Good luck. Thaw the Aether is a 1-mana sorcery. Target player discards 2 cards. Sweet. We love a little discard. Crystal Quake is a 3-mana 3/3. When Crystal Quake enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until Crystal Quake leaves the battlefield. Cool. 3-mana 3/3 that jails. Nice. Hail of Fire is a 3-mana instant. Untap target creature. The creature gains haste until end of turn. Hey, it's another haste giver. We love it. Requiem Mage is a 2-mana 2/1 Vampire Noble. It is a flying. It's not a wizard. And for 2 mana, return it to its owner's hand. I quite like this, actually. Just a 2-mana 2/1 with flying. That's nice. It's nice to have a little flyer early game. And then, hey, you try and remove it, I might bounce it back to my hand. I don't know. I might do that. Liminality is a 1-mana aura. Enchanted creature. Enchanted creature has Shroud. I love Shroud. It's really cool, actually. It is a 4-mana. For 4 mana, you can return it to its owner's hand. Hey, it's like that other card we saw. Is it the same? I don't remember what bonus that other card was doing. Oh well. Frost Shrieker Ascendant is a 2-mana 2/2 human wizard. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 green insect creature token with flying. Sweet. For 2 mana and sacrifice Frost Shrieker Ascendant. Frost Shrieker Ascendant deals 1 damage to any target. Could be useful. Vagrant Skulk is a 3-mana 2/1 human pirate. It's a pirate! Yeah! It has Flash, it has Vigilant, it's a pirate. It gets to hang out with that cool pirate card we saw earlier, which I don't know where it is right now. It's over here somewhere. Don't worry about it. There it is. Heed the rising tides. Blue, black, pirates. Blue, black, pirates. Glass Casket is a 3-mana enchantment. When Glass Casket enters the battlefield, create 2 black zombie creature tokens with Decayed. Wow. Cool. Invisible Path is a 3-mana instant. Target creature you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn, and you gain 2 life. Remember how gaining life is a thing that we care about? I don't think we care about it in black yet, unfortunately, but hey, you can do it in multicolor. Searing Wind is a 3-mana sorcery. Searing Wind deals 4 damage to target creature, and you gain 4 life. Wow, it's like, look at this life gain. Dawnforged Giant is a 6-mana 6/6 giant warrior. It has first strike. That's terrifying. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a permanent unless you pay red. So either you can pay 2 red, or you can forgo that cost to stack a token or something. Cool. I like that, actually. That's really fun. And Blind Phantasm, a 1-mana green instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Untap it. I like a little instant that lets you untap something and surprise block. Very fun. And that actually brings us to the end. That is our set. Praetors of Enchanted Ice, Bridges Between Worlds, our final set of our 3-block set, intended to be our Winter 2022 block, and of course it is the beginning of February now, or mid-February by the time you're hearing this, maybe? Oh well. I hope you all enjoyed seeing the set. I enjoyed this rundown. I feel like these are always sort of important to actually get the set into your head. That said, I do plan on playing some like draft or some games with some other players who haven't seen the set at all. So, you know, whatever. They could watch the video if they wanted to, I guess. Thank you everyone for joining me. I have been DarcyBits. We are moving into gameplay mode, and so you should be expecting to see that from this channel in the future. I do, of course, want to eventually make another set, but we gotta spend some time with this one to make all that effort worth the wait. Thank you, everyone, and have a very good night.